Tesla is reportedly investing approximately $2.9 billion in production equipment at a facility in Brookshire, Texas, a small town 35 miles west of Houston, with a total site investment cited at more than $4 billion. The stated production target for the Brookshire facility is 100 gigawatts of solar panel output annually. To calibrate that figure, the entire United States installed approximately 32 gigawatts of new solar capacity in 2023, and the country's total solar module manufacturing capacity was previously estimated at around 65 gigawatts. Tesla's proposed factory would be capable of producing more than 3 times the U.S.'s 2023 annual installation rate every year. Tesla's master plan, Part 3, describes an even longer-term goal of 1 terawatt of annual output, though that is the stated vision rather than the confirmed scope of the Brookshire project. The scale of this investment only makes sense if selling solar panels is not the primary objective, and the transcript is explicit that it isn't. The solar market's retail margins are thin and subject to intense price competition from Chinese manufacturers who have built dominant economies of scale at every layer of the supply chain. Tesla's stated position, as characterized in the source material, is that solar panels are the input infrastructure for capturing energy at the lowest possible cost, not a product to be sold. The downstream destinations for that energy are what the investment is actually about. The source material identifies 4 operational pillars that would consume this power internally. The Supercharger network provides the most immediate use case: grid-independent power at stations where Tesla controls both the electricity source and the distribution, removing dependence on regional utility pricing and capacity constraints. Daytime solar surpluses are channeled into utility-scale Megapack battery installations, converting intermittent generation into a continuous power supply. AI data centers are the most capacity-intensive pillar, training the neural networks behind full self-driving, and Optimus requires compute infrastructure drawing power at scales that constrain regional grids, and Tesla's xAI affiliate has reportedly been scaling its Colossus cluster toward very large power draws. Finally, at-scale robotaxi operations running around the clock create a continuous, predictable electricity demand that owning generation at the source can convert into a structural cost-per-mile advantage. The timing argument follows a pattern visible throughout Tesla's history. When Gigafactory Nevada was announced, analysts questioned whether battery demand could ever fill it. Similar doubts surrounded Shanghai and Giga Texas. In each case, Tesla built before the market materialized and had capacity in place when demand arrived. Brookshire appears to follow the same logic. The U.S. solar market as it exists today is nowhere near large enough to justify a 100-gigawatt factory. The implicit bet is that solar demand, AI power demand, and related energy infrastructure will grow dramatically over the coming decade, and that building before that growth occurs creates a competitive position that reacting later cannot replicate. Tesla's Buffalo solar facility currently produces approximately 300 megawatts annually. Brookshire's initial target would be more than 333 times larger, a step change, not an expansion. The competitive framing matters for understanding what Tesla is actually targeting. First Solar, one of the largest domestic solar manufacturers, is reportedly targeting approximately 17.7 gigawatts of annual manufacturing capacity by 2027. Brookshire's 100-gigawatt target would be more than 5 times that figure. If the goal were simply to take U.S. market share from domestic competitors, that gap is far larger than necessary. The more coherent explanation is that Tesla is targeting vertical integration into a supply chain currently dominated by Chinese manufacturers who have achieved scale advantages at every layer from polysilicon and wafers through cells and finished modules. The source material describes Tesla's ambition as extending beyond panel assembly towards silicon processing, wafer production, and energy storage integration, a manufacturing stack that would reduce dependence on that external supply chain. Vertical integration as a strategy is consistent with how Tesla has operated in its automotive business. It designs its own chips, develops its own battery chemistry, operates its own charging network, and controls its own service infrastructure. The pattern in energy mirrors this. Rather than assembling panels from externally sourced components and competing on margin, Tesla aims to control more of the value chain from material processing through finished energy systems. The business logic is that scale at every layer reduces per unit cost faster than optimizing at just one layer, and that a vertically integrated manufacturer is structurally insulated from the supply chain disruptions and pricing volatility that have periodically destabilized less integrated competitors. The energy convergence thesis underlying all of this is straightforward. AI compute, robotics, autonomous vehicles, and electrification of transport and industry are all fundamentally energy limited. The bottleneck for artificial intelligence infrastructure is no longer primarily the algorithm or the chip. It is the power supply to run the compute. Modern high-density AI server racks draw significantly more energy per rack than traditional cloud computing infrastructure, and the rate of growth in AI compute demand has been outpacing both grid expansion and energy efficiency gains in the hardware. Tesla's position, if Brookshire scales as described, would be that it controls a significant portion of its own energy supply at a time when external energy constraints are becoming a competitive differentiator for AI and autonomous systems development. The risks are proportional to the ambition. A factory designed for 100 gigawatts of annual output needs a market large enough to absorb or use that output. If Tesla's internal consumption through superchargers, megapacks, AI data centers, and robotaxi operations is insufficient, the economics depend on external sales, which returns to the thin margin problem the vertical integration strategy was meant to escape. The Chinese manufacturing ecosystem Tesla would be competing against has spent decades building cost structures that may be difficult to match even at U.S. scale. And the assumption embedded in every layer of this plan that AI compute, robotaxi deployment, and grid-scale energy storage grow rapidly enough to justify the investment is a directional bet on market trajectories that are genuinely uncertain over a 10-year horizon. None of this makes Brookshire speculative in the ordinary sense. The investment is reportedly committed, the location is identified, and the strategic rationale is documented in Tesla's own public materials. What remains unresolved is whether the market timing, the vertical integration execution, and the energy demand forecasts will converge in the way the plan assumes. That is the same uncertainty that surrounded every previous major Tesla facility announcement, and the track record of those prior bets is part of why Brookshire is being taken seriously as a strategic move rather than dismissed as overreach.